All right, guys, in this section, we're going to transition into multiplying binomials together, or multiplying multiple polynomials together. So this stuff is a little bit different because this is the first time that we're going to distribute multiple terms to a polynomial. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So if we look here at example A, we see 4x minus 6 times the quantity 2x cubed minus 3. Okay, and it says use the distributive property to find the product. So as I do this, as I start distributing, I gotta make sure that every single piece distributes to the second polynomial. Okay, so watch how I do this. I'm gonna have 4x times 2x cubed, and I'll go ahead and do that immediately. 4 times 2 is 8, and then x times x cubed, add the exponents, it should be x to the 4th power. Okay, then this 4x also is going to distribute to that negative 3. I'll have 4x times negative 3. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, and then I got the x on top of it, minus 12x. Okay, but then what I also have to do is I got to make sure that the minus 6 distributes to both terms in the second binomial. So what I'll have here is I'll have negative 6 times 2x cubed. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. And then I have the x cubed on top of it. And the last thing I'll do is I'll have negative 6 times negative 3. Negative times negative is a positive. 6 times 3 should give me positive 18. Okay. Then just make sure that your final answer is in standard form. Make sure your exponents are going in descending order. None of this stuff combines because it doesn't have the same exponents. It should be minus 12x cubed, minus 12x, and plus 18 written last. Okay, that is my final answer. All right, so we can go ahead and try the second one. Same sort of principle, even though it's a trinomial times a binomial this time. We're just got to distribute every single piece to the second expression. So first thing I'll do here is I'll have 4x squared times 2x. 4 times 2 is 8. X squared times x is x cubed. And the 4x squared also goes to the negative 5. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. X squared at the end. Okay, then I do the exact same thing for the second expression, or the second term in the trinomial. So negative 3x is going to distribute to positive 2x. Negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. X times x is x squared. Second term in the trinomial, the second term in the binomial, negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. And then I'll slap the x at the end. And then do the exact same thing for the negative 1. Negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. And then negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Okay, if you can, try to combine like terms. What we do notice here is that both of these are x raised to the second power, so they are combinable. And both of these terms are combinable because they're just x to the first power. So when I combine my like terms, I should have 8x cubed. Negative 20 minus 6 is going to be negative 26 x squared. 15x plus minus 2x should give me positive 13x. And then I'll have the plus 5 at the end. That is my answer in standard form. Okay, so what you're going to realize is there's a lot of like line drawing when we use the distributive property to multiply polynomials together. But a quick way to stay organized is that when we're multiplying two binomials together, the rule we're going to use is called FOIL. Okay, all FOIL is a way to help you stay organized when you're using the distributive property to multiply polynomials or binomials together. Okay, so FOIL, that's how you spell FOIL. The first letter in FOIL is going to stand for first. Okay, what that means is you're going to multiply the first term in both binomials together. So if we look at 3x plus 4 times x plus 5, the first term in the first binomial is 3x. Okay, and the first term in the the second binomial is just x. So we're going to multiply those two things together, the first expression in each polynomial. 3x times x is what I do first. 3x times x should give me 3x squared. Okay. Then the second letter I see in FOIL is the letter O. O stands for outside. If we look at this thing like it's a house, we're going to multiply the outside walls of the house together. Okay? 3x is on the outside on the first term, and then 5 is on the outside of the second term, or expression. So what I'll have here is I'll have 3x times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. I should have 15x. Okay, O stands for outside, and then the I in FOIL stands for inside. Okay, inside represents the inside terms. Okay, the terms that are closest to the middle. So what I'll have here is I'll have 4 times x, and that'll just spit out 4x. Okay, FOIL, first, F stands for first, O stands for outside, I stands for inside, and then L stands for last, okay, the last term in each binomial. So the last term in the first expression is 4, and the last term in the second polynomial is 5. What I'll have here is 4 times 5, and that'll give me 20. Okay, so now that I have all of these individual pieces, what I can do is I can squeeze it together to write one expression in standard form. It should be 3x squared plus 15x, so that's a positive, plus 4x plus 20. And then usually the principle is this. When you're FOILing things out, the number one thing I would look for is typically the two middle terms, outside and inside, are combinable. And that is the case here. 15x is combinable with 4x. So when I do that, I should have 3x squared, 15 plus 4 is 19, plus 19x, plus 20. That is my polynomial in standard form after I FOIL it out.